back. Brand new episode of Threes from the Ring. This your boy Chris Jay. Glad to be back. Got the boy Trell and
Yeah, what's popping?
Yo, Tyler won't be with us. He's peak fatherhood right now. So letting the man be great with his son, man. But either way, we still got this for you guys. With that said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the You Tweaking Media YouTube channel. Make sure you guys subscribe to whatever audio format that you choose to listen to this podcast on. So with that said, just make sure you guys support. We appreciate it all. Either way, much love, much appreciation. And follow the TikTok page and You Tweaking Media on that. And follow us on Twitter at Threes from the Ring, 3S from the Rings. But that's really it. Also, much love to the people that's been checking out last week's episode and the clips as well. You guys been going crazy. Appreciate it a lot. This shows the hard work is being appreciated, it's being viewed. And this ain't just ghost shit too. I'm looking at the analytics. But this ain't just random, but these are legit people. So brings me joy. Brings me great joy, man. So keep sharing with your peoples. Let them know, hey, these dudes is pretty raw at what they do. They takes is pretty cool, and they ain't meat riding like other people do. But other than that, let's go ahead and get right into this show. We're gonna start with the wrestling portion of the show first. Look, these past couple of weeks, this past week, quality, peak wrestling, man. Triple H is in this Duffy. SmackDown was pretty good last week. Raw, hey, look, man.
It's almost as if we're getting close to that event and you're finally picking up the pace, as if that's not how you build. First week of kind of how many weeks it was from Elimination Chamber to WrestleMania?
Like almost 8 weeks.
Yeah, 8
weeks.
The first week on the road to WrestleMania, niggas supposed to be bleeding because that's how stories go. It's so funny. Now the discourse shifted to saying, it's Chelsea and Valkyria gonna
make the card.
Yeah.
It is what it is when it comes to that. But hey, SmackDown. Look, that SmackDown card needs some work, man. So look, that SmackDown Mania. Look, man, it's a big deal nowadays. So it's cool. It's cool. Not everybody makes the card. Gee, this is a stacked card. This is a stacked roster. And does it suck that there's a possibility that the women mid-card titles might not make it? Yes. LA Knight might not make the card right now the way it's looking. So, look, man, what are we doing? What are we doing here? You guys are getting frustrated and upset over, look, like it sucks, but we can't just force feed everything right now. Like, but once again, anything happen over these next 2.5 weeks that we're at right now. So overall, everything's good, man. It's really good. But let's go ahead and look at what's been cooking. Let's go ahead and get the big one out the way. You'll think it'd be Cody and Cena, but look, man, what Gunther did to Jimmy, peak violence, G. Peak violence. That's what we need, man. We don't get enough of that, but it's timing. Well, if you watch AEW, we get it every week, but it's the timing of it, the meaningfulness of it, G. Yeah. Jimmy not being on the WrestleMania card, beautiful. At the same time, we got a pretty solid match, which led to a pretty violent Gunther saying, look, man, what Roman used to do to y'all is light compared to what I'm about to do to y'all.
Yeah. Man, it's good. Like, again, people saying, where was this earlier? Because it was earlier. You have to build up to feuds. You just can't say I hate you feud. because if that's the case, you just get an I hate you feud. Then it really doesn't feel like a WrestleMania match. It just feels like a match that's supposed to happen on Backlash, to fill up the title. I think Gunther needed this. I think Jay needed this. I think Jimmy needed this. I think everybody in that ring needed this. I think the fans needed it so they could shut up. And just prayers that Jay Uso put on a banger in Mania. It's just prayers. That'll be one of the greatest Manias of all time if Jay Uso could just put on the banger. One of the greatest of all time. Which is, I don't. Now, knowing that Jay not main event night one, do he come out as champion?
Look, man, he opened in night one. Have fun. Get the crowd excited before they go ahead and see Jacob versus Solo G.
But I'm like, do you? Because with a babyface win like that, you kind of get like the confetti streaming and stuff like that, and
that's fine.
And eating and whatnot.
They got 5 minutes to sweep it up.
Do we get that?
Sweep it up.
Do we get that at the end of a match one?
They got 5 minutes to sweep it up.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. He might not win. I don't know if they pull the trigger on the Heat Man.
I wouldn't be mad either way. I believe he's going to win. You don't. It's the little, even though Triple H does go against certain storytelling things that we're accustomed to, but it's certain things where I think he does it just to keep us on the edge of our feet. So when I hear Michael Cole say he's 0-3 against Gunther, it's like, dang, he really might go. Oh, he might get swept against Gunther. He really might get swept. But at the same time, there's a potential of, hey, look, man, let him get his one, but he still got to live with that. That he has his one.
I think it's a win-win situation with Jay and Gunther, no matter who wins. With Jay, you get the whole Raw after Mania, the whole Yeet thing, everybody cheering, dancing. Then eventually Jay drops the title within 2 minutes. I don't think we're seeing a long title reign with Jay Uso. So with Jay winning, that can turn Gunther into an even more ruthless person. With him losing that title, to build him up to become even a bigger heel. I think they see Gunther and Drew as probably the top 2 heels in the company. That's not The Rock or something like that. So I think he can get to that point. And then if Gunther wins, it just shows he is the best wrestler in the company. So it's a win-win in that situation. I'm not too much worried about it. I'm worried about if I'm going to fall asleep. Because super kicking Gunther 1 million times like you did your brother last WrestleMania, it ain't going to work out. So, but that's the only thing I'm worried about. Other than that, I'm cool with, whoever comes out on top. Pause. But that situation yesterday, that nigga called Jimmy by his real name. I don't know what his real name is. I forgot that fast, but I know he called him by his real name.
John.
Called that nigga John. Crazy. How
you get
and
Jimmy
then Gunther,
crazy.
Gunther tasted that nigga blood and then spit it out.
Ruthless.
He spit that out. He said somebody on Twitter said he tasted a little bit of that Polynesian sauce and didn't like it. Also, they said that nigga part of the bloodline now. Them's the rules.
Hell, that would be crazy. Hey, look, man, if we was to ever get Roman and Gunther, that'd be the perfect end. Like, look, I tasted your blood. Your bloodline don't take. It's nasty. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, that's a little bit. He German or Austrian. He can't start talking about how your bloodline not pure and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, because then it's gonna be them weird accounts. They're going to. All right, we back at it. But yeah, we'll proceed with your thought, bro. I'm sorry.
Nah, I lost the train of thought. What's next?
Oh, but yeah. But anyway, shout out to Gunther though. We needed that, Jim. We really needed that. Then let's go ahead and talk Cody and Cena. They They said, "All right, bro. This is about as close to John Cena saying nice speech. So this is that, just in long-term stints. But they went at it with the promo, G. Cody held his own. Cena still showed he got it, but Cody held his own because I was scared. I was really scared at one point. Like, it was a couple lines. I was like, woo.
Yeah. I'm so glad we getting this out of Cena. Again, that is not a win-win situation at Mania. Who comes out on top? Cena has to win. And he has to do this whole thing of having that title until he inevitably retire and give that run to somebody who, whoever they give it to at the end of December. Because people think this is Cena's last match at WrestleMania, but this is not Cena's last match. Some people think this is Cena's last match. And people got to get this is his last match. He said he has 1 year left, and that started in December.
Whenever he announced it in December.
Yeah, and then now. So Cena has to win. But I think they did. I think they both did good. I think they both had really great backs and forths. A lot of people saying Cody. I don't think Cena stuff hit a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Cena stuff when he said, I make billionaires, I make empires for billionaires or something like that.
He said, I make empires for billionaires, and Cody steals money from billionaires. And I was like, look, that was fire. That's fire for both. Because look, let me steal money from a billionaire, G.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely true. Like, but
Tony Khan got to hold that in because looking that towards the end they was throwing a little shade like, hey, bro.
Yeah, but who cares?
You gotta eat that bullet, G.
Like, and then again, a lot of people was complaining like, there's been so many shots at AEW on WWE TV this week. Nigga, who cares? When they in that stupid town not stupid town. I'm sorry. They're in UK. They're in the UK. So them fans that know about what's going on with the whole AEW versus WWE stuff. Now, if they was in like, Jacksonville would have got a bigger pop because they know. I'm saying like if they was in like Arizona or something like that, the crowd would have been quiet and nobody would have cared just because it's not like really a big wrestling town. But I understand why they went for the cheap AEW pops because they in the UK and that's one of the places AEW is really popular at is overseas. But again, shout out to them. They had a really good promo battle and they both looked really, really great coming out of that promo battle, and it makes you more excited for the match. Cody got his, revenge, kicking that nigga in the nuts. And shoot, again, I'm looking forward to seeing what it does. But we got, I think that's the last time we see Cena. Technically, that's the last advertised John Cena. We get so. But we had 2 more Raws, right?
Yeah, because let me look real quick. So, yep, we have 2 more, the 7th and the 14th. So Cena probably not coming back till like the 14th.
He most likely send a video in or something like that on a SmackDown or something. Who knows? But again, it has been a good little, back and forth with those two. It's going to be really weird seeing Cody without that belt again, though, bro.
For a minute, yeah.
It's going to be really weird. If Cody loses. Again, if Cena lose, I really don't know what Triple H is cooking. So, because I ain't gonna hold you. Cody reign wasn't bad like everybody else is saying. It's very hard to have a great reign coming out the Romans 3,000 year reign or whatever it was. So, very hard. It's always gonna look bad in comparison when you compare the 2 reigns.
Exactly, in the process of it, they're resetting. You had to do a lot of resetting, moving of parts around.
Yeah.
And like SmackDown was really the bloodline show. So factoring in like, okay, you want him to fight who? Exactly. So even like that, just say Cody does retain. SmackDown I feel is in a way better place, main event scene where you can throw people at him and things should work out. You know, like you already planted the seeds of him versus Randy. You already kind of have Drew like, look, bro, I'm coming. Pause for you. So after him and Damian Priest get their things situated, cool. Also, I hope Drew is okay. The man got glass in his eye. CM Punk was right.
Man, he's right. He's right.
Like CM Punk was right, by the way, in regards to that. Stop playing with real glass, y'all. It's not fun. Either way, all of those things, I think SmackDown is in a much better place if Cody does retain, even if it's a couple pay-per-views from now. Like I could see Drew, or I doubt Randy, but Drew possibly being like, hey, bro, give Drew is legit a little reign. It's time to kind of play back to back with that belt, with the Universal title right now as well. Yeah, but overall, like that feud's going to a really good place. And then just moving on to just other things going on currently on the SmackDown side of things. It's like Naomi, that little video promo. A1.
Yeah. I used to usually think that people like, hey, Naomi, gotta get this. And I used to think it was just Naomi stands saying she deserved everything, which to an extent she do. She do. But I'm on board Naomi getting that money in the bank. I'm on board. I'm fully on board. It might need to happen soon. I'm fully on board. She is showing her character depth. Be honest with you, shout out to her and Jay, because it's not like they got a lot to work with. They working with just one angle of getting pushed into a card, and they're making a whole story out of it, along with like a Twitter feud. They're having fun. Their stand bases are standing. You can't ask for nothing more when it comes to like a feud like this. So I'm happy for her.
So it's unfortunate that she whooped the hell out of B-Fab. So unfortunate black on black crime. So it was like you're really selling the fact like, hey, look, no, I hate everybody. If you interact with her, I'm beating your ass. Very, very black. It's like, hey, look, mess with her, I don't mess with you either. I might whoop your ass, honestly, just because that's how much I hate that person. So B-Fab getting hit in the crossfire is rather unfortunate. Dang, that means we about to get a B-Fab Naomi match in the next couple of weeks. Probably gonna get announced within the next couple of days. It might happen. So we'll see what happens with that. But either way, we'll see where things go. I'm happy with how that storyline's going. Hopefully, once again, that does make the Mania card. And what else we got going on? Tag team wise, Street Profits. Hey, I hate that theme song.
Okay, you gotta listen. You are turning in to an internet wrestling community fan, bro.
Hey, chill.
Listen, you don't hate the song, you just like the other song more. Hating the song and liking the other song more, it's two different things. Me personally, I could care less. I low-key sometimes, most of the times, listen to wrestling with the value extremely low because I'm doing other stuff at the same time. But
me too.
Like that song, it ain't hurt nobody, bro. Is it as good as the other song? Yeah, but you gotta change the song because they're not the same Street Profits anymore. I forget who they said they had rapping on that, but I died laughing. But because you can't do the I'm understanding somebody, nigga. That stuff, that song was fire, and it made everybody in the crowd move and stuff like that. You can't have that song as heels. You just can't. You can't have the red solo cup up as heels. Which eventually I think they I think they turned back to baby faces because
wine glasses.
what'd you say?
When you want to give them wine glasses, just be like, yeah.
Oh, you pitch the cups. They used to make rare solo cups rain from the heavens. You can't do that as a heel. Niggas want to see that. So as a heel, you got to give them niggas what they don't want to see, which is them not with rare solo cups. And I'm cool with that. I think SmackDown's tag team division is really strong, though.
It's beautiful, actually.
It's really strong. Like I think they're doing a good job of showcasing everybody. And then you shuffle them. Like, I'm pretty sure after the Mania, some people are probably going to go to Raw eventually. You know, probably like Pretty Deadly, or even though Pretty Deadly seems like such a SmackDown.
They're very SmackDown, bro.
It's just such
a SmackDown as SmackDown gets, bro.
Yeah.
They're the Alpha Academy. Alpha Academy just is very like, look, they on Raw. It fits.
Yeah.
They are very much the same. They are. I just can't imagine them anywhere else.
Like, if they really want to get, because they're good. Like they're really good. And I don't know why I just lost the name of that team in my head already, but they're really good. I don't think they need a manager, but I was like, bro, they remind me so much of Eminem. Remember?
Oh yeah, I remember Eminem. Yeah,
they remind me of so much of them. I don't think they need a Melina, but it reminds me so much of them. And I like the hot potato of the tag team belts. Rock with it, like, because you got to establish everybody. One, the Motor City Machine Guns don't get like a reaction from the crowd, so you got to have them build a reaction. Two, DIY really don't get a reaction from the crowd, so somehow you got to build them a reaction. And the rest of the teams, like the I can't think of the name, Del Fantasma.
Legato.
Yeah, Legato. They're like the pinfall team. So you just got to kind of create, and Pretty Deadly is Pretty Deadly. So you just got to kind of create hype around everybody. Hey, I ain't going to hold you. I thought Pretty Deadly was going to probably, like, because they was in the UK, they was going to probably have their turn with the belt at that time.
Yo, that'd be crazy. Yo, you don't understand that the trigger, how he did what it done for cause was like, hey, Triple Hitler, he's back. He's back, man. But hey, either way, that was like, I'm cool with how that tag division is. Please give us that multi-man ladder match. That's what the streets need. But on to the Raw tag division. The New Day officially are the number one contenders for the Raw tag titles after beating New Catch Republic with the return of Tyler Bate. I really need dude to get like elbow pads, knee pads or something, because gee, this looks so damn generic. I know it's a UK wrestling thing, but it's just like, for him, it's just like, bro, you need it, G. It just throws me off. Like, you, but anyway, but shout out to them, Tyler Bate making his return, especially in the UK. That means Pete Dunne gets to be on my TV screen, pause, just so he can break fingers. So I'm all for that. And I think it does also help the Raw tag team scene as well, having them around. We're looking at the New Day versus the War Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, that's probably going to be the, hey, we're sweeping up the Jay's confetti. Y'all go out there and wrestle, man.
I hope the War Raiders win. But I understand War Raiders are old and injury prone, so I understand if they don't win. But I hope they win. I like the New Day or the old day or whatever they want to call themselves, the New Day. But the fact that now it's not looking likely that Big E is coming back, I can kill us.
Yeah, we still don't know what's going on with that. So prayers to me.
What's going on with that? That boy neck still hurt.
Neck still on fire. And what else we got? Oh, let's just go ahead and get this out the way, and we can start moving on. So the Rhea, Io, and Io, Rhea, and Bianca situation. So that situation continues to get hot in itself. Once again, also I just need side note. Look, man, y'all gotta understand. I don't know what it is about UK people, but they just don't like Bianca. They boo her. It is what it is. It's nothing you guys can do, and I don't think it's racial. Part of me feel like it's not racial because they
Wait,
be everybody else.
wait, say it again.
People get mad. It's once again it's the internet. People get mad that Bianca gets booed every time she's overseas.
One, it is racial. Two, it be
Part
like that sometimes. She be getting booed like that for she ain't one. She ain't the only person. That's one. She ain't the only person. Naomi, it happened to Naomi too. They threw. I think somebody threw something at Naomi before. So like they are. They it's racist. That's guaranteed. But there's no point. Like it's just that stupid crowd. Like they literally only. I'm gonna keep it a being with. They only cheer Rhea in those type of places. So, but and it's not only just a little tad of racism, but that part of the community see Bianca as a super senior type person. So they want to boo her because they think she get everything on a platter.
Yeah, I get it. Either way. But moving on to that situation. So Io and Rhea have they rematched. Well, Rhea gets her rematch technically. And with Bianca being a special guest referee, cool, fun match. And then of course chaos erupts after they both harm Bianca in their own way, which leads to a perfect double disqualification, and everybody starts crashing out at this point. Rhea wins said crash out moment, and is the last woman standing. And this, I think, at this point leads us to our official announcement of Rhea being added to the match. Shout out to the one, shout out to the photographer, cameraman. Y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all know what y'all doing. But thoughts on it? Like thoughts on the whole situation, how this whole thing is ablazing.
I like it. It's a good feud. You get the three biggest women stars battling it out. Bianca, Rhea, Io. I think it's perfect. It's an unpredictable who wins. People who think Rhea is like, over pushed might think Rhea about to get the title. People that think Bianca's over pushed, they think Bianca might get the title. And then you got the Io stands, me included, praying for Io to stand tall. And it's a win-win. I'd probably say Rhea standing tall at Mania is probably the least I'd be looking forward to. I think Rhea, I be talking to Beans, and that's my homie Beans. I be talking to Beans, and he say he wish Rhea had feuds that don't involve the title whatsoever, or don't involve the chase for that title, or don't involve just let Rhea be Rhea. He's tired of seeing her around that belt. And, I understand his gripe. I also know that biggest women star in the company is always going to be around that belt, always. Mm-hmm. So it just be like that. But I wouldn't mind seeing Bianca with the title again for a little while. Keeping her WrestleMania streak alive. Thank God they don't acknowledge that on TV, because it's not like a real.
It's not something that it's only really more. If you paid attention, she's undefeated.
Yeah, she's undefeated at WrestleMania. And Michael Cole might allude to it when she walks out on WrestleMania, but we all know it ain't like a Undertaker type thing or a Roman type thing.
I would say I will acknowledge it more if she do win in Mania. If she do come out hold the winner, then I will be like, yeah, they know what they're quietly doing at the moment. Which either way, it'd be really dope to have that for a woman anyway. To have a Undertaker as streak. It don't got to be as insane, but it would be nice to have. But let's see where it goes in regards to that. But I like what they're doing with this feud. A lot of love is put into it, a lot of time, of course. And it's also a good way as we continue to lean more into Bianca starting to go more heel anyway. So, because I think that's still the long term plan right now is it's a slow burn heel turn for her. So we're already starting to see it in little ways, but we're getting closer and closer at this point. So we'll see where things go with that. But before we do wrap up with wrestling, they did officially announce all people who will be going to the Hall of Fame this year. Let me go ahead and pull that up because we already know of Triple H and a couple other people, but let's go ahead and give the entire everybody who's involved. So we have Triple H being the headliner. Pretty much, we already well known that since what a while ago, like a couple months ago. Then Michelle McCool deserve it. Knows I don't care. That's not my job to determine if she deserves it, but she's being inducted. Lex Luger, who's finally getting his induction. Shout out to him. I'm glad he's getting his flowers as well, especially with how much smaller he looks. But I'm glad he does. He's finally getting his flowers, and his moment is well deserved. I'm not the biggest Lex Luger fan, but hey, he was one of them guys in the 90s. He was one of them guys. Then we have the Natural Disasters tag team. Once again, if you was very much of a 80s, early 90s wrestling fan, this was probably your favorite tag team. Two big white motherfuckers who just beat people up. So shout out to them. Then this is where things got a little more interesting. We're finally inducting matches into the Hall of Fame, and we're getting Bret Hart versus Stone Cold from WrestleMania. I just watched this WrestleMania. I think it was either 12 or 13. That's being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So, which is a really great moment. So shout out to all these moments, all them wrestlers in the moments as well, being added. But before we wrap up, your thoughts on the Hall of Fame lineup, and also what matches would you like to see inducted in the near future?
Yeah, I think the Hall of Fame lineup is perfect. I ain't gonna hold you. When I see them do Hall of Fames, all I think about is the sound somebody make when you scraping the bottom or something. You just scrape it, because that's how I feel. I feel like they're pulling strings of who they could be in a Hall of Fame. I don't think the WWE Hall of Fame is like like the football Hall of Fame, or even like the basketball Hall of Fame. I think they just celebrate the people who helped them get to the point that they're at. So you don't have to have a bunch of accolades to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. You can just be, you were known, you helped at this point of that era. Good to you. But I do think they are running out of names when it comes to Hall of Fame. I think they're running out of names.
They're running out of like 90s and 80s names.
Yeah, and
we're getting
probably going to have to start going into the 2000s. A lot of people retire early, so they already in the Hall of Fame. People like Edge. We still ain't get the official Batista thing, but Undertaker's already in there. Undertaker ain't retired early, my bad, but those type of people. I think Kane is already in there. Yeah, I think Glenn Jacobs was already in there, bro.
I don't think Kane is officially in, because I think when they plan to do it,
Kane is in there already, bro. I remember Mayor Kane coming out and waving to the fans.
I don't remember. Oh, he was 2021. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I don't remember. It was like COVID time, so it was still very.
And then you also have to remember that the people that's going to that Hall of Fame, unlike the basketball and the football event, has to say, yes, I want to go into the Hall of Fame and actually show up. So it takes a lot. I would say next year, I ain't gonna hold you. Make it AJ Lee. Make it AJ Lee. Like, do it. I think that might be something to pull back in. Who knows? But Mickie James could be. Is she in there already?
I don't think so.
Mickey James would be a good one. They said they run out of male stars, so I don't know if Edge and Christian is in there, but I don't know if Christian is in there by himself.
Christian's not in there yet.
I wouldn't mind they start doing TNA people, so go ahead and throw a Abyss in there or something like that. I don't know. Like just do it. I don't know. They found somebody. They found the freaking what's they called again? The tag team again?
The natural disasters.
They found natural disasters, bro. 2-minute warning or 5-minute warning might be in that song too. So who knows?
3-minute warning. Bro, neither one is here.
In memoriam. But I think the match stuff is perfect. The match I probably want to see in there. I know it's gonna be in there, but give me Taker versus Shawn 1. You can Taker versus Shawn 1 at Mania. Triple H about to have so many of his matches in there. Give me Taker versus Shawn 1.
You throw Booker T versus Booker T in there. He throw him versus Booker T in there.
Shoot, give me AJ. Do it have to be a Mania? Can it just be a match?
I'm hoping they just don't do Mania matches. You can do plenty. Like, you can do plenty of matches to throw in there.
Like, give me AJ and Cena. Definitely give me Cena and Punk at Money in the Bank. Definitely give me Cena and Punk at Money in the Bank. Punk back. Cena about to retire.
Cena versus RVD at One Night Stand.
Fire. Like,
yep. But it's plenty to pick from. It's so many matches they can just go on and just say, hey, just throw in here. So it'd be interesting to know what they do over the years. It's gonna be funny which TLC match they're gonna pick, because I feel like that would be ideal as well as the.
It's definitely gonna be the Edge Christian.
I know, but like which one? Because it's 2-3 different versions of it that they've done.
The first one.
Fingers.
It always got to be the first one.
Yeah.
Nothing even topped the first one.
Yeah, because all the other ones proceeded to become like, all right, man, we'll continue to wild out, which I think that was just a ladder match, by the way. The first one was just, I think, that was just a ladder match. Then it became a TLC match. Now I think they did it was 2 TLC matches, 1 ladder match, pretty much.
We do the first one.
So I wouldn't be mad at that. But either way, let's go ahead and move on to hoops. Interesting week in terms of basketball.
Oh wait.
What?
My nigga, before we go to hoops, Roman, Punk, and
oh shoot, dang.
And Seth Rollins main event in night 1.
Oh yeah. Y'all gotta hold that, man. If you mad, that's all I'm saying. What y'all expected? What y'all expected? My goat, Trail's GOAT, one of the best workers of the past decade. Yes. Yes. You saw the promo this past Friday? Yes. It was going to main event night 1. It was time. Sorry. Once again, Jay's confetti is going to be cleaned out in 5 to 7 minutes. It's fine. It is fine. Charlotte wasn't about to finesse her way into a main event neither, because that thing is cheeks right now.
It's probably the worst going into Mania. It's by far the worst going.
Bro, you telling me what Jacob is doing with Braun Strowman and everybody else is more intriguing?
Yes.
Come on, man.
Yes. I would say that not even looking on it as a Hulk Hogan brother, we're gonna main event type move. It's like, who wants to wrestle after Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk?
Exactly.
Nobody. I would not want to. People say, well, if you should never have them win the Royal Rumble if the Royal Rumble winners wasn't going to win. Cool. I understand that. But dog, at some point you just got to realize the best match should close the show. And on paper, that's the best match.
And I'm going to say this. If you guys look at Mania's past, it doesn't always main event.
No, it doesn't. That's
It's,
so
it's
it's so
especially
stupid.
recently, but like in the 2000s, it didn't happen. I also believe in even like the beginning ones, not all the time neither. G.
Yeah,
I think
Shawn Michaels won
Bam Bam
a
Bigelow
Rumble.
main event in a WrestleMania. G.
Yeah,
Bam
but
Bam Bigelow versus who was that? Lawrence Taylor main evented, bro. I don't know who won the Royal Rumble that year.
was it Shawn?
I think that was Sean.
I don't know. Please, super wrestling history nerds, let us know in the comment section. Don't berate us because nigga, we barely
I just watched.
he just got in his
Just
30s, and I ain't
watched
even in my 30s yet. So don't kill us. But
him, man.
no, but like who wants to wrestle after them? Who wants to do that? I would not want to come and wrestle after Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins. I wouldn't want to wrestle after Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Just because this match between Roman Reigns and CM Punk has been anticipation for all the niggas who listened to that Colt Cabana podcast so many years ago. Because them niggas had real legit heat with each other. Like real beef. It's been real. Okay? And then Seth had real beef with him too. So them two, all three of them coming together, it's a perfect world. We got to get out of that mindset of like, especially if you watch WWE, you got to get out of that mindset of how things should be. It ain't gonna be that way. I think it'll be more disrespectful if people have to go after that because that the fans are just gonna be after those matches. Like, keep it a bean. We sat through this whole the Royal Rumble should win and things of that nature. That's cap. They should main event. That's cap. Miz didn't win that Royal Rumble, or Cena didn't win the Royal Rumble when them two niggas main event at WrestleMania today.
Nope.
No. Man, what Royal Rumble did Undertaker and Roman Reigns win to main event that Mania?
And that shouldn't main evented.
And it shouldn't even main event it.
It shouldn't even main evented.
It don't happen each year. And with it being 2 nights, I understand where you could have moved. Well, John Cena could have won the Rumble. Well, he didn't. Almost cursed. He didn't. Who cares? This is not going to affect anybody's legacy. My nigga, and I love CM Punk. I love him with dang near all my heart now since he came back. But bro, this is your fault. People care this much about the WrestleMania main event. This is your fault.
All right, I got the list of all the WrestleMania main events that did not involve a title. All right, WrestleMania 8, Hulk Hogan versus Sid Vicious. There was not a belt involved in this main event. Oh, WrestleMania 11, Bam Bam Bigelow versus Lawrence Taylor. Let's see here. Went down a few years. I don't remember. Okay, Batista did win the Rumble that year. Chris Benoit did win the Rumble that year. Triple H did win the Rumble that year. Yeah. Oh wait, yeah. So WrestleMania 2000. That was a fatal 4-way match, by the way, people. That was a fatal 4-way. So that's in. I think The Rock and Big Show both fell out at the same time, and then Mick Foley was added to the match, by the way. Let's see here. What did Triple H win the Rumble that year? I don't remember Triple H winning the Rumble the year that he faced Cena. I don't think Shawn Michaels won the Rumble when he faced Cena in that year. I think The Undertaker won the Rumble.
Cena won. He won the one when he came back from the
2008. But once again, all of these so far, he's the champion coming in. So that's what I'm like. Okay. I don't think Undertaker won the Rumble in 08. No, 08. No, he did not win the. No, that was Cena who won in 08. So, Cena. The fact Cena didn't main event is crazy. But let's see here. The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels main evented in the Streak versus Career match.
Man, that was a crazy Royal Rumble win when none of them niggas they didn't go for the title on that moment.
Mm-hmm. Miz versus Cena, as you already mentioned. Cena definitely didn't win the Rumble that year, if I recall correctly. Then we had The Rock versus Cena back-to-back years. Then, well, Batista technically won the Rumble. Daniel Bryan just joined in. Then we had Roman versus, well, that technically was what it was. Triple H technically won the Rumble in 2016 because he won via because that the belt was on the line. So that one, okay. Undertaker versus Roman in 33. Yeah, we already know that one. Then WrestleMania. Huh?
Hey, I love Roman. Having two back-to-back stinkers like that is crazy, Roman.
That was a bad time. Things was not good for my man.
Bro, two back-to-back stinker main events, bro. Oh, I feel so bad for that nigga, bro. Dang, he had 3. Because then he had a one with Brock, and Brock won right after that?
Yes, 2018 was the 2018 one.
Bro, Roman got 3 back-to-back stinkers is unnecessary.
Man, it really went 0-3. Geez, crazy. Let's see. WrestleMania 36, night 1. Undertaker versus AJ Styles.
Yeah, who won the Royal Rumble for that?
Edge versus Daniel Bryan. Edge versus Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns. Night 2.
Edge won the Royal Rumble. I think.
Oh, what he did?
I think so.
I don't remember. And then night 2, WrestleMania 38. Once again. Come on, man. But also, by the way, night 1, Kevin Owens versus Stone Cold main evented. Woohoo! Then everything else, yeah. So at the rate this is going, you said what?
It don't happen. It don't happen all the time. That's just
exactly.
It don't happen all the time.
So,
and why do we get again? I just think people like for stuff to complain about.
Yep.
Heck, we getting Roman versus CM Punk. Forget Seth Rollins for 2 seconds. We getting Roman versus CM Punk, bro. Did not see that on my bingo card, bro. Like, did not see it.
We getting in peak right now, G.
And like that nigga Roman and CM Punk threw shots at each other after that podcast for years, bro. Mm-hmm. Then when that nigga went to AEW and that nigga Roman Reigns said, "I'm the real needle mover." Come on, bro.
Put it on a shirt.
Put it on a shirt.
Put it on a shirt, G. So, look, man, respect the man's, G. Respect my tribal chief. G. That's all I'm saying in regards to that. But let's go ahead and move on to hoops. Once again, like I said, it was a very interesting week in terms of basketball. A lot has occurred since the last time we recorded. Let's go ahead and start with the hot button issue, which is Taylor Jenkins, former coach of the Memphis Grizzlies, is now applying to be an Amazon driver somewhere in Memphis. So rather unfortunate, very shocking, because once again, we're in the final couple of weeks of regular season basketball. And this man lost his job with legit, I think, 15 games left in the regular season. Really sad and unfortunate. It's still a matter of what the hell. I will say shout out to The Athletic for the article that I read, because it did give some insight on what was going on. And I just feel like this was an inside job. They was probably ready to move on, and they started bringing their people in. They put their sleeper cell in there and said, "Hey, when the time is right, we're getting rid of them." And unfortunately, when the Grizzlies was already going through a very rough slump, Jaren Jackson's hurt, Ja been in and out the lineup. Desmond Bane having to be your best player is crazy. But also, it don't help that Ja doesn't look like Ja throughout the season. Healthy or not, I'm gonna put it like this: healthy or not, Ja wasn't look like Ja. And
agreed.
And there was complaints among players, especially Ja was a little vocal that he wasn't fond of the new offensive system which came from the new offensive, one of the new assistants in his playing scheme and all of that, because it wasn't so many pick and rolls. It was very motion based, which, hey, at one point, y'all was a top 3 team in the West. So it was working, but y'all was healthy. That's I think probably one of the bigger factors in all this. Y'all was healthy. Once you lose a couple of cogs in it, yeah, I get why things go wrong. But rather unfortunate though, because this was definitely an inside job, and I think it sucks that Taylor Jenkins took the brunt of it, because if you're firing my assistants and then putting in your people, not giving me say on anything, and then they get to change the offense and how things go, I should be really concerned for my job. So it sucks with Taylor Jenkins. Not saying he was like, oh, like he's up here like the OKC coach, Dragunov, whatever his name is, or up here like Spoelstra, Pops of the world and shit like that. But it still sucks because he's still a decent coach. And I feel like if the right team gets him, because I'm going to treat this similar to Mike Malone in Denver when he was with the Kings. Yeah, he was a cool coach when he was with the Kings. Right team hires him. Oh, okay, things turn around a little bit. I think he's one of those coaches. So I think, well, not say he win a championship, but like if put him on the right team, yeah. Like I don't know who's looking for, like, let him go to Utah or something with Cooper Flag.
No, I mean, Phoenix gonna need a coach next year, so
Phoenix is gonna explode as a whole. So they gonna need a lot of everything.
I kid you not, though. Like, I never seen a team shoot themselves in the foot and blame a coach like this. Like I ever like. One, you guys were a good team before Ja did his mess. Right? And then that led you to like a middle team. Middle to bad team because Ja had that crazy long suspension for no reason. Ja comes back, gets hurt. So he's already in and out the lineup. Jaren Jackson plays really well while Ja's out. Keeps the team afloat. Ja comes back, then y'all are a second seed. And Jared Jackson is in Defensive Player of the Year conversation. And people get injured, which in basketball, niggas get injured. And y'all fall off the standings. So you fired a coach? One, I heard, even deeper, Ja didn't like he was getting 25% less touches in a game. I'm not a superstar NBA player, but I guess they really care about stuff like that. But you still don't fire.
If I'm the point guard, yeah, I'll be a little.
You still don't fire the coach.
I agree.
You still the coach.
Once again, it wasn't, which goes back to the lead up. Taylor Jenkins had no control over his new assistants and what they wanted to implement.
Right.
He lost control. He was losing control.
You like, I think sometimes the GMs do these things to save their jobs.
Yep.
Like, my God, Taylor Jenkins is one of the better young coaches in the league. You can't just fire that for nothing. Like, and to be honest with you, I don't even know why Ja cares. I know why he cares. Because that nigga playing for a check. And his numbers going to have to look really right so he can stay in Memphis and make a lot of money. I'm not going to hold you. That's the only reason why he cares about his touches. Because he want to make a lot of money and he want to stay in Memphis to make all that money. And by the looks of it, most people was thinking, is Ja going to be in Memphis for much longer? Because this team can compete. Not now. Nobody can really beat the Celtics now. But can, in a few years from now, can Ja lead you to a championship? And I'm pretty sure those questions was going to start being asked. And, Ja played the player move and got rid of the coach. It is what it is. Everybody know it. But I just think it's stupid. Don't fire the coach.
Me too.
Ask them to build a better team around you. Crank a Giannis. All Giannis do is throw subliminals.
They're not a bad team. They just look. It's unfortunate that but some Ja needs to drink more. I won't say drink, but take in more calcium, get them bones stronger. Okay, whatever. And plus, at least I will give Ja his credit. He has made forth an effort to play a little bit less reckless, but clearly ain't helped. But just something I'm gonna chalk it up for him freak injuries. Jaren Jackson, once again, doesn't have the biggest clean bill of health either. Your two best players cannot stay on the court. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. So with that said, I can't really blame Taylor Jenkins because shoot, he's developed some good players. Desmond Bane has become a consistent 20-point per game player. I give him his credit for that. And at this point, a very underrated shooter in the league. The foreign dude that they got, I forget his name, Bizema or something like that. I might have really butchered his name. He's a solid player. The GG Jackson dude, really good player.
Yeah.
He's developed some quality players during these two slumpy years, and you know what? We're gonna fire him. And then we're gonna throw in our sleeper cell coach, who we really wanted to coach, because that's who it sounded like. You couldn't fire him because it was like he's still a solid coach. Let's see how we do with them healthy. And then they were like, okay, they're still doing good. His job is secure. And okay, John's not happy, but we're winning. Okay. Can't do much because technically half the assistants are our guys. So we're just going to use Ja being mad, chalk it up as he's mad at Taylor Jenkins when he's more mad at the assistants. Taylor Jenkins just has to implement what is going on because he wants to keep his job. And then once they fall off, they're like, you know what? We're about to play the Lakers the day before. We're going to fire him. Ja comes back, and we might win. No, you lose. You actually got slapped that game, if I recall correctly, which is comical. So you tried to use the Lakers as the comeback game, and it failed. So now you look more stupid because now you fired a good coach. We're 2 weeks from the playoffs, and you're slipping into very dangerous territory because let me check the standings right now. I don't know why they have the standings up, but I know you're the 6th seed that can easily fall. Let me see. Don't give me the playoff pick. I want the standings. Yeah, the Timberwolves are wait. So they're the 5th seed right now, but they're on a 3-game losing streak. The Warriors are a half game away. The Timberwolves are a full game away. The Clippers are also a game away as well. You can fall into play-in with another L, and I think they playing tonight. You're playing the Warriors, so the Warriors could easily take the 5th seed right now, depending on how this game goes. Good thing is they're healthy again. Jackson's back, and Ja's back. And Ja been playing anyway, but still, proves my point. You guys are in very dangerous territory and playing the worst possible basketball, where at this point everybody's at either getting healthy or chemistry-wise, everybody's on point playing, hey, I'm trying to get to the best possible seed so I can have home court right now. And the way the West is looking, this is not the game you want to play. Let's just be truthful. This is not the game you want to play. So, I'm not cool with it. Like, I would accept, like, you just wait till the first round exit and fire them, G. That's just I would even trip as bad if you did it during, like, okay, first round exit, you know what, they tried this for 5 years, peace, but you did it at the worst possible time. This is something I expect from the Sacramento Kings. But once again, it's the Memphis Grizzlies. The only thing right in Memphis is Glorilla and Duke Dukes. So, in the other group that you don't want me to name, but that's it in regards to that. But anything else you want to add?
No, you hit the nail on the head.
All right, cool. But let's go ahead and talk about the brawl, the notorious brawl. This lets us know that Detroit basketball is really back. This whole Pistons brawl situation that involved the Minnesota Timberwolves. This happened in Detroit, right? Was this a home game for Detroit? Because it'll make it even more comical if it did. I think it was a home game. Hold on. Hold on. Let me find this. I believe that was a home game. This happened Sunday, right? Yeah, no, it was a away game. So the Timberwolves was at home. So pretty much what happened during the course of this game, altercation occurred with White Dante DiVincenzo and Isaiah Stewart, of course. It somehow gets into the crowd, the stands, and things get real hot. White Dante's in the ground, on the crowd, and chaos erupted pretty much. I wouldn't say it was a fight, it was more like a hoopla more than anything. It's just comical at this point. Isaiah Stewart is really a menace. We just have to respect it as such. It is what it is. Then on top of that, it was just the comedy of it all. But as of right now, the suspensions did come out. Isaiah Stewart suspended 2 games. I think Dante DiVincenzo's also out 2 games, and then there was a couple 1 games for other players. But your thoughts on this whole situation as a whole?
I don't really.
It's funny.
I don't. One, cool. The Pistons try to have this identity of like they, the bad boys is back, but
it's just Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah, it's just Isaiah Stewart.
Everybody else on that team, cool.
Yeah, it's really just him. They got some good vets and things on that team, so shout out to them. But it's really just Isaiah Stewart. Somebody on Twitter said there's no Isaiah Stewart hooping highlights. It's just literally him getting into it with people. That's crazy.
It's very true. Once again, when I went to that Bulls Pistons game, I was like, okay, Isaiah Stewart's out here. Dang, he's hooping. He can shoot threes. That was me. I was like, he can shoot threes. I just thought he just set hard picks and rolled to the basket. That dude could shoot threes. But so no, there's really no hooping highlights for him. Like the scouting report probably says, don't piss him off. I can imagine the scouting report. You get to Isaiah Stewart. Don't piss him off. Also plays hard, but don't piss him off. That's really all they say, probably. They don't say what he can do, what's his strengths. Just don't piss him off. Weakness, piss him off at your own risk. But either way, it's just hilarious. We get in these moments. They don't happen much. People get excited, but it is what it is. I'm glad nothing really significant. Nobody really got hurt. I think the fan that Dante DiVincenzo landed on was hurt, but that dude's gonna
get. That couldn't be me. Well, that couldn't be me,
bro. I would have imagined if I was dead. I would have looked like Jimmy Uso, G. Like, yo, man, I'm bloody.
I'm drawing blood for real. I'm bladed myself. I'm drawing straight blood. Like, oh, I got elbow. But
like, god damn it.
Shout out to Isaiah Stewart, but I'm not gonna say it's corny because I'm not trying to have that nigga bust through my door. But who cares? Like, these niggas fighting for nothing. Having a mid off legit. And somehow Rudy Gobert still got the blame from that fan base, which is
yo, people was going on Gobert. They're like, what is he doing? What him to do, G? Where is Isaiah Stewart from? I'm just curious. Hold on. We need some more time. Rochester, New York.
Really?
Yeah, Rochester, New York. So I don't even know what Rochester, New York is. It's not a borough that is recognized. So
no, it's not a borough at all.
Damn. Let's see. Is that his Okay, what is his hometown? Let's go to his Wikipedia. All right. Born 2001, played college for Washington Huskies. Let's see. Born, they don't. Let's see. Yeah, he didn't. Bro, he went to Indiana. So he was born in New York, played high school in New York for a little bit, but then moved to LaPorte, Indiana.
Oh, well, he just a mean nigga.
Just go talking up to that because I'm like, okay, it'd be one thing. Let's say he was from Harlem. All right, cool. And then moved to Gary, Indiana. I've been like, it all makes sense. Cool. He's just a mean nigga. Just gonna chalk it up as that. That might be the name of this episode. Isaiah Stewart's just a mean nigga. But yeah, either way, main things nobody was hurt player wise, and then that fan's gonna definitely get a decent check from the Timberwolves, saying, "Hey, bro, don't sue. Here's some money, generational wealth to you, bro. Keep quiet." But let's go ahead. Let's talk about the Cooper Flag sweepstakes. As right now, Duke is in the Final Four. He's been hooping, so shout out to Coop. At this point, white people are hoping that he is the great white hope for them, in terms of America. But let's look at the current sweepstakes of who can get Cooper Flag. So the worst teams in the league. Also, by the way, this leads us to talk about the Pelicans is in full tank mode for this next couple of weeks as they sat Zion out. And
CJ McCollum. I want to say this. You remember when I was like, I hate when people tell. This is a long time ago, but I was like, I hate when people tell Zion he should leave and he ain't even, put his foot down and things that nature in New Orleans. Zion, leave, bro. Go. Get out of New Orleans. That place is cursed. It is cursed. Jamal Murray was over there for a fortnight and lost his leg. That place is cursed, bro. Leave. My nigga, it ain't coincidence that you got Mariah Mills in your phone. That is New Orleans. It is a cursed place. It is cursed. Leave, bro. Leave.
It's time, G. Look.
Why they shutting Zion say he want to play back to back? Why y'all shutting him down?
Y'all already had him on a minute. Dude putting up generational numbers playing 25 minutes a game. Y'all Stephen A. dumb stuff talk about bust dude come to man when you think about him. How they not letting the nigga play? I feel so. I care less about CJ McCollum. He deserves this. But yeah. Zion ain't got nothing. Like, let the man trade the nigga, bro. Yeah, just let him
trade
go.
The nigga.
Trying to pair him with Cooper Flag is crazy, but I ain't mad at it. But still,
bro. The NBA ain't sending nobody to New Orleans for a long time. You couldn't keep two generational talents. You another Duke generational talent? Get up out of here, bro.
Dang, they said no more.
One. I thought niggas was tripping. Cooper Flag might be like a top 5 Duke prospect ever, bro. Like real rap, bro.
Look, he got 2 more games to seal it.
That nigga cold.
He got 2 more games. Let him win the natty, G.
Yeah,
look, as a Duke basketball fan, I approve because everybody hates us. But at the same time, it's hilarious as hell if he do win this natty, G. It would be hilarious, G. White people is going to crown him, G. The MAGAs is going to crown him until they see him hugged up with freaking a black woman. I don't know who, but let him be hugged up with a black woman. The MAGAs is going to love him until they see that, G. It's going to be hilarious. It's going to be hilarious, G, once they see where his political ties lie. But back to the sweepstakes, though. So we got the Jazz, who I read in the article, they are experimenting by letting Kessler Walker shoot at least 3 threes a game. So
One, Danny Ainge. I know you got pull. He ain't got that much pull. He ain't going up. He ain't going up. Next team.
Anyway, then let's look at who else is in the Spurs is still in the
Next
conversation.
team.
The Blazers are still somewhere
Next
in
team.
the conversation. And that's in the West. I'm gonna wrap it up there.
No, he ain't going west. I'm telling you this right now. He ain't going west. Next team.
All right. Then the worst team in the East right now is the Wizards. The league ain't sending him to Washington, G.
He's not going to Washington. And now you about to say Charlotte after that. Go ahead and skip Charlotte, big dog. Go ahead and
If
skip
Jordan
Charlotte.
still owned the team, I would have done it. But yeah.
What'd you say? Now, I would say this. If they get Cooper Flag, I'm trading LaMelo Ball.
Yes.
I'm trading LaMelo Ball.
All right. Like, I'm perfectly fine with Cooper Flag, Brandon Miller, and hope that my man stay healthy, Mark Williams. Just stay healthy. And just go from there. Like,
Mark Williams, backup center, live threat. You get to a decent point guard. And the reason I'm trading LaMelo Ball because I don't have to pay this nigga that much money. He can't stay healthy.
Hell no.
Especially if I'm building Cooper to be the next big thing. Like, just start over.
Yep.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. They got nothing to lose out there in Charlotte. Nothing to lose whatsoever. You trade Melo Ball to like the Los Angeles Clippers, get some capital from them or something like that, and some vets. You might be cool. Probably get like Norman Powell or something like that. You'll be straight.
Man, I wouldn't be mad. Then the Sixers.
Nah, he ain't going to the Sixers.
And then the Brooklyn Nets.
Brooklyn is possible.
Brooklyn will be, I think, if they want to just show like, hey, look, we still have power in this, send that man to Brooklyn.
Brooklyn is extremely possible. It fits. And they got picks and stuff to make moves to build something around him. Yep. So it's I like Brooklyn. But you didn't say the name on the team he's going to.
Oh, and then finally, the Toronto Raptors.
He ain't going to Toronto. You still ain't say the name he going to.
Hell, oh, sure. I ain't about to. Who the hell else did I miss?
Look, Cooper Flag is about to be a Chicago Bull.
The Bulls about to make the playoffs, G. What are you talking about?
Put it on your parlay. Cooper Flag, a Chicago Bull. Gee, we did it with Derrick Rose. We can do it again, bro. We can do it again, bro.
If we get the white big three, it's crazy.
We got the
Cooper Flag, Giddey, and Matis taking over Gold Coast, G. They gonna be the kings of Gold Coast, G.
They lit with Kobe White. That's the big white. This is the big white four. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
The White Bulls is crazy. Bro. The White Bulls is insane. Bro, let's see. This is why Adidas should have kept the contract. That White Bulls jersey would have been clean. There would have been the all white. And look. Hey, look, man. Look, man. The NBA. Look, I ain't mad at some of the Nike designs, but Adidas didn't play with the creativity, G. I'll give them that. It's just the soccer jersey that they did. But
I was gonna say, now I'm capping. He's not gonna be a Bull most likely, but I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up on a big market. So, because these small market teams, look, Bron done dropped some stuff, by the way, about that. He should have said that on a Pat McAfee show.
Oh yeah, the Cleveland. I knew I was going to Cleveland.
It was ready for him to come to Cleveland, and the same thing with Derrick Rose. He should never said that. He should have never said that, bro.
That's why I said, look, that man about to be a freaking goat now because the Jazz is too fitting. He has to go somewhere we least expect.
He's about to go to a big market. He's about to go. He's most likely going to be in Brooklyn, Toronto, and if it's a small market, I see Charlotte. And then LaMelo goes over to the Clippers. LaMelo goes to the Clippers, and the Clippers have a star for their future with a lot of money behind them.
Another injury-prone star is crazy because you already still got Kawhi.
They need niggas to put butts in that stadium. And he
Yeah,
can't go to the other LA
and I
players.
would say this: the youth do like LaMelo. They love him, but
Yes.
in the way I get it, because the kids grew up seeing LaMelo's life. So like early, like if you was like 10 to 13, and you literally seen LaMelo as a youth hooping, and then he's in your face in terms of star, it's like, you know what? Yeah, that dude raw as hell. I get why the kids love him. So it makes sense. Like you'll get the young people who want to go to Clippers games, because Clipper tickets are cheap, and you're gonna see a very nice stadium for $50. That's what's up. That's definitely what's up, man. But it'd be funny when it comes to that. But we'll see. But yeah. But a shout out to whoever do Cooper Flag as we get closer to the draft lottery, because the second round of the playoffs when they normally do it is gonna be comical. It's gonna be comical. But let's go ahead and move on to road to the playoffs. Once again, things is crazy. As we mentioned earlier, the West is a free fall between 4 through. Let me look at it again.
Nigga, it's 2. It's 2 through goddamn 7.
2 through 7 is crazy.
It's literally
Really?
2 through 7. Literally 2 through 7.
Yeah.
My nigga, I think the Lakers are what, 2 or 3 games behind the Rockets or something like that.
2.5.
Like it's 2 through 7, bro. It is scary, and nobody wants to go against them bottom teams, bro. None of the teams at the top wants to go against them teams at the bottom. So that we don't know. We can't even say who we're gonna see potential matchups, because the Rockets don't want to see the Warriors.
The Rockets don't want to see the
The Rockets don't
Timberwolves
want to
either.
see the Timberwolves. The Rockets don't want to see the Clippers. The Rockets don't want to see no. The Rockets has a better chance against, I would say, the Timberwolves than anybody else. They lose against the Clippers. It'll be funny if they don't lose against the Clippers, because the Clippers are old, so the Rockets can outrun them. But Kawhi Leonard quietly has been amazing in these last couple weeks.
Balling.
Balling. And James Harden is looking like James Harden. So you really can't. I personally won't want to go against them. I don't want to see Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler in the first round matchup. And God forbid, I see LeBron and Luka. Like, so if I'm Memphis, Denver, and the Rockets, I don't want to see none of these niggas.
At all.
Like, at all.
Like at all, because this is crazy. Like this is like the only team who should feel a little bit of comfort is OKC. But even then, if I gotta see the Timberwolves, I'm at peace from OKC. I can handle that.
Bro,
You know?
I'm so happy. If I'm OKC, I just don't want to see technically the Warriors, but I think OKC beats the Warriors. So
Yeah. You have
it's
enough.
the Rockets who I'm like. OKC has. I'm telling you right now, that team, unless the truth of you don't have playoff experience and you cook thing works, OKC beats everybody except for probably Denver if Denver get it together. I'd like, to be honest with you, I could see a conference final between OKC and Los Angeles. I think Los Angeles lose. Los Angeles can't. The Lakers can't guard guards.
At
They
all.
can't do it.
At all.
So they can't do it. They have an extremely problem guarding guards. I mean, everything else,
Especially
they
when
cool.
none of your guards can defend.
I don't know. Austin Reeves can stay in front of somebody. Luka is a net negative defensively. Net negative. Horrible. So what are you like? You got to rely on Vanderbilt and them, but they got to help with the bigs. So I don't think Los Angeles are in a situation in which they can beat OKC. But like, if it's any team that has a chance of beating them, it's between the Warriors and Denver. But I think they smoke the Warriors because the Warriors also can't guard guards. So like right now, Steph Curry got 45 points. if you was to look at that score, you'd be like, oh, they smacking Memphis. They already up by a couple points. So Steph Curry has hit 11.
Steph being generational, and we're only up by 2. It's crazy.
And they only look. Steph Curry hitting 11 threes, and they are up by 2.
It's tied up now.
Jimmy Butler, I hope you like the smell of Milwaukee. Because, yeah.
Look, man. Once again, anywhere but them. Anywhere but them. Anywhere but them. Anywhere but them. OKC, please auction off every pick you have. Auction off it all.
You think? I don't think the Warriors have the assets. The Warriors do have the assets to get Giannis because Jimmy Butler is on their contract. Yeah, they have a Jimmy Butler. That's the asset right there. Because if Giannis won't out, his value goes like this by him saying he wants out instead of them just training him sporadically. But with the way the Luka situation looks, Giannis might be wearing a Bulls jersey soon, so who knows?
Look, I'll find a way to be a season ticket holder. It'll be a collective. It'll be like, all right, G.
If I'm Giannis, I want to stay over East. I want no parts of that Western Conference. The East is sweet.
Your best bet is staying West.
Next year, anyway. The East is sweet.
It is.
Like, they are breaking up Boston next year. This is the last time we see Horford going to be retired. They're not going to be able to keep Drew Holiday, Porzingis, and the gang all together. That stuff is breaking up. If I'm Giannis, I'm staying. Send me to Brooklyn or something.
Hey, I wouldn't be mad at that. But either way, but in the East End, speaking of Giannis, God bless, bro.
Wait, before you go, I ask you this: should Kevin Durant sit out the rest of the season? They are the 11th seed.
Look, man.
In the West.
Look, man. When I got home from the gig, G, I like I said, YouTube TV knows, hey, ESPN Sports, a basketball game, we're gonna tune to it once you open the app. All right, let me watch this Phoenix in the Bucks. Damn, Phoenix getting slapped up. Giannis was not on the court at the time. All I saw Brooke Lopez catch a lob layup, and I was like, gee, let me get ready to record this damn show, G. Come on, man. But either way, it looked like they about to lose this game. Giannis got 37-5. But once again, though, if I'm KD, I look at that, I'm like, salute. Y'all did all y'all can do. Go ahead and let Dallas into the play-in, G. Just go ahead and let Dallas get into the play-in, G.
That boy Bradley Beal is a real nigga, bro. A real nigga. That man said, don't ever trade me to anybody, and I'm not gonna play. I wonder if his team even like him, bro.
Bradley Beal is really a menace, G. They gotta find somewhere to send that man, G.
Nigga,
what city do you want to be?
Why would they send him anywhere? Like, one, again, my nigga, if you ain't got multiple first All-NBAs, a chip or MVP, my nigga, I'm not giving you a no trade clause. Who are you?
Shout out to his agent, G. Once again, shout out to his agent, bro.
The heck out of the Wizards. Like, that was stupid. I hope this ends the whole Big Three saga stuff.
It is. No, I think this is the last time we legit, seeing a Big Three. Because this, like, it's a bust at this point. It's ideally you have a duos and be satisfied. That's how it's going to work, and you just got to be happy. Simple as that. Like, be happy with what you have. Get a really elite level star and a solid all-star to pair with them. But you don't need three. You don't need three superstars. No, especially the way these contracts about to balloon. because you're gonna second guess everything. But but yeah, but either way, the East though as a whole, just so before we wrap this up, it's it's what it's going to be at this point. It's just if well at least the Bucks win this game, looking like it helps them in the standings because they need to catch up on Detroit. Because if you get the Pacers, I believe you can. If Dame can come back, that's what it do. If Dame can come back,
they lose to the Pacers probably. I think they lose first round.
That's gonna be unfortunate.
But if Giannis takes them out the first round, in my Milwaukee, bro, I'm on my knees pleading, pause, begging you to stay, bro. Because that makes that nigga stock just go up like this. Like if somehow Giannis can will this team to an Eastern Conference final,
that's the second round. Because, like I said, the playoff starts today. You seeing the Knicks. More than likely, you're seeing the Knicks. Because I don't see the Pacers catching up with New York. I don't see it. Like, I think how the East 1 through 6 is, that's solid at this point. In terms of, like, well, I would put it this way. 4 through 6 is debatable if depending on how things go. Let's put it that way. More 5 and 6. If I'm Milwaukee, I want to take my chances against the Pacers because why do I want to deal with the Knicks? Especially if I only have Giannis. Like, yes, nobody's stopping him on that team, but it's just I can at least throw waves of Josh Hart, Cat, OG, Mikhail at him. Especially if Dame not playing. Because who's going to stop Jalen? Who's going to stop Brunson? that goes to who's going to stop Brunson for 46 minutes in the 10th playoff rotation. So, good luck. But if he pulls that off, it beats the Knicks. Hey, respect my man's G. Respect. But anything else you want to talk about before we wrap this up?
No, I just love how basketball is shaping out. It's looking like to be an all-timer playoffs right now. Even just looking at like the West, each series look like a great series. It really is a great time to be an Eastern Conference team if I'm in the East, because you really only got to think about 4 teams, and those 4 teams are beatable. Well, those 3 teams are beatable. There's one that's not. Boston is not beatable. But nice. And put some respect on Shea. Coming from a person who's not a Shea fan, niggas need to put respect on him. He is the MVP of this league. This nigga, we talk about how crazy this Western Conference is. This nigga is 15 games ahead of all them niggas. So don't disrespect this dude, bro.
Wow, this all-star teammate. Chet's still getting back into the lineup. Caruso's in and out the lineup. Like, bro. And they just now got Duke Dennis back. So come on, man. Come on, dude.
So put some respect on him. Oh, and shout out to Ricky Saints, North American Championship.
They said, hey, get that belt off that man.
That nigga called himself the chairman, bro.
Yo, they said, get that belt off him.
Hey, but shout out to Paul Spears, man. I mean, Sean Spears.
Hey, look, man.
Real quick, that nigga saw he wasn't about to go nowhere in AEW. He was like, you know what? Spend my last little time in NXT and become a producer or something like that. Bump it, nigga.
He's a trainer, G. Let me get the youth ready, G. So hey, I ain't mad. I ain't mad. So shout out to Ricky Saints regards to that. And also Stephanie Vacker did drop the North American Women's title, saying, I don't need this. And people being mad as if Keith Lee didn't do it when he was done.
That's why people are mad, because they said the 2 title niggas never defend both titles. Semantics.
He did in one night.
Well, that's cool. Shout out to her though. Stephanie Vacker can't do no wrong to me. I saw her Twitter likes. There's a chance. So
the chance. Join the pod. But let's go ahead and wrap this up. We appreciate you guys for watching and listening. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at 3s from the Ring, 3s from the Ring. Check out the TikTok page, You Tweaking Media on there. Make sure you guys hit the follow button on there. You guys are engaging like crazy. We appreciate it. but make sure you follow as well. And of course, as you watching, like, comment, subscribe, check out all the other content we got for you guys as well. We appreciate it very much. And with that all said, peace.
Peace out.